Probando, probando.
Testing, 1, 2, testing. Mic
Testing
control, mic
one,
check.
two. Testing one, two.
Testing, 1, 2. Oh, we're in the show. And
They
we
say,
got
oye, probando, probando uno, probando dos.
legendary
What's up, everybody?
DJ
Hello.
MC Juneski, the one and only worldwide DJ champion. And Mag One, CEO of Block Boys Peru. Salute, sir. Salute to both of you.
Salute.
You're two great
Welcome.
men. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anyway, Juneski, you've been around forever, man. Like 1974.
It feels that way.
Like that is just amazing.
Yeah.
It's incredible effort.
I actually became part of hip hop, or started my journey in this world of hip hop in '76. But I shortly had gotten the urge to go to the military at 17, and my mom and dad had signed me in the pre-entry program, so I pretty much missed the hip hop era. I went to fight for my country. I did 3 tours, so it is what it is. But I'm here, and I don't claim to be a pioneer only because of that. Okay, but Grandmaster Kaz brought me to my first hooky gig, and from there I was in love with hip hop before that. But that hooky gig just showed me that, you know, there was so much more to this, what we call today hip hop.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Marco, say something to the brother.
Okay, so June, salute.
Salute.
Hey, salute, lights pick.
Salute.
So
I'm a
my
little hurt.
question to you, June,
Yeah.
is define hip hop. What is hip hop to you, man?
Hip hop to me saved my life. It you know, being a kid from the South Bronx, I was raised beginning in those years in 180th 2065 Belmont. And from there we moved to Forest. But the thing was that what struck me was I had a fellow by the name of Lala from the 5th Division of the Black Spades living next. Like, I lived in a building, and next after my building there was a row of houses, and kind of colonial looking. And he lived in the house next to the building. Well, actually, he lived in the second house next to the building. So anyway, we walked past by, and they always had the hip hop going, and you know, there were parties on in there out on the porch and so forth. So I took to the music that they played, and then we would play stickball in the street while they was doing that, and play Skelsies and all of that. And they were old OGs. I mean, we were kids. You know, I was a kid. I was like 12 years old. No, actually, I was about 14 years old back then. Okay. Because at 17, I left to the military, and that was 76. I was about 13 years old, something like that.
What was the music that was out? What was the music that was out when you recall this?
My sisters were dancing to a lot of the, like, back then they used to listen to ABC. Was like the hottest radio station that I could remember as a kid that really had like the banging music, even though they played a lot of like white music and whatever you want to call it. But whenever that specific jam came on, my sisters used to go bananas, and we'd be dancing with them, jumping on the bed because they were excited, you know. And I guess it took to me because music always has been in my veins. I mean, I'll do almost anything. I could be as mad as all hell, and the music always brought me back to, like, you know, I often say music soothes the beast, and it's true. You know, I'm first-hand advocate of that, you know. It changed my life. And then doing what I did kept me, I miss being able to play in the streets because I had the kind of parents that wanted me upstairs. But when I went to my sister's house in the projects, she used to live over by the valley. So that's how I became addicted to what was going on, because I saw it in Forest. Then I went to stay with my sister and I saw it over there. Then I went to my cousin's house in Harlem and saw it over there, the guys in the park over there in them projects. So, this is what I don't get. There's a lot of bickering in this hip hop stuff about, oh, you don't know what you're saying, and you're excluding this one and that one. I mean, I'm nobody to say who could do what. But to me, if those individuals are sitting in my room with me, they will see life in a different aspect. And if they did it, they're not ready for what they want. Because even if you gave it to them, they would mess it up. Because with the hate, that no promoter, nobody that has money wants to invest in someone that, first of all, don't look the part, okay? Still stuck on the sore butt feelings about 1970, okay? I'm like this. I'm from the old school. If you was real back then, you'd be real today, because that's what you love, right? You're going to tell me that an artist is going to get that one painting, and just because that one painting he did today doesn't count that he's an artist ever, and that he's been doing it for 9,000 years. Come on, dog. It's like childish, bro. We're not in high school no more. And on top of that, if they only took to the hate and transformed it, I could take a hater and transform him into believing at least in what I see as a vision and agreeing with me. We all gonna have disagreements. We are never gonna be the same. But you learn to treat your brother as you would like him to treat you, with the same respect. And we can move forward from that point and become such a better community. You got hit. I understand that breakdancers came too. I'm kind of pissed off. That's why you see me with Kid Freeze and all of that about that part, because they made it seem like, or hip hop has made it seem like it's all about DJs. They needed us dancers. They needed us dancers. They needed the rappers. They needed the graffiti artists. Okay, they came up with the 5 elements. Well, I got news for you, because I never heard of that shit when I was a kid. I don't know where that came from, and I don't care. To be honest, it's not that I don't care. It's that what is it relevant to today is what we built, what we call, they call it a culture, they call it this, they call it that, whatever you're going to call it.
A movement.
But a movement is what we've been doing all along. It came from nothing. Because they were broken down buildings. I remember playing Ring Olivia and freaking running into bodies in abandoned buildings. When I fell through the floor, I fell on a body.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So all this extra, that's why when I went in the military and exceeded, I went there because I didn't know any better, and I was hungry. And hip hop saved my life, because every time I was in combat fights, all I thought about was, yo, I want to be back on the block with my boys. I want to make them proud of what, we love. And I wanted to bring that back. So to me, it was, I got to get back home to my mom. You know what I mean? And what because I did the military. Beside trying to save me, my parents saved me, because I was already thinking about not going, because my friends were like, oh man, you're going to go give your life to this president. You had the Black Panther movie. You had all kind of shit. Okay. But thank God my mother was a true believer. God bless her soul. And she always lighted me. Like, I wasn't even raised with my brothers and sisters after the age of 12. I was raised by a man that he was so firm that he was brutal with his hands. All right. And I lived that life. And I didn't cry about it. I turned sorrow into happiness. My happiness was to be able to make my mom proud. Okay. Just like till this day, I don't have the relationship with my first 3 children, or my children like I should have. because
Right.
they have mothers that got sore asses that don't want to let go of the past. Regardless of who's right, who's wrong, I would never do that to anyone in life. You know what I mean? But anyway, getting back to the subject, okay? Hip hop has changed in so many ways, but no matter which change you look at, like in trap music, that's not our music. Another thing that I catch that people don't talk about is that the rap that we did coming out of that situation, which I spoke about previously here, coming from that background, our music would talk about drug dealers, would talk about drugs, but never, ever did or try to make light of it and promote it. No, we didn't promote it. We talked about the issues. There's a difference. The music today, they bewilder women. They trash other people. It promotes hate, violence, all kinds of shit. That's not what we did. I don't know who is promoting that, but I tell you what, I'd love to have the discussion with you. Because where did you see this? Because in my hood, you had gangs, you had this, you had that. Everybody was loyal. Everybody had loyalists to other groups. That's how you was able, by making alliances, is how you was able to travel through somebody's turf. Am I, Marco?
Facts. Facts. Of course.
You couldn't go. If you didn't have a pass, you couldn't go to buy. You couldn't take that Macombs Bridge. The Peacemakers was on the other side. They was holding shit down.
It was cliques everywhere, bro. Everywhere.
Where the 5th Division was, unless you had a pass.
Yeah, full of gangs.
I hear some of these kids, they get the knowledge from the OGs that are sourpusses. That's the way I look at it. Because you could tell me if I'm wrong, and I'll sit there and tell me how I'm wrong, and I'll try to make sense of it. I'll make calls, but I'm not going to sit there and badmouth you. I don't do that. All right? And if I'm wrong, I'm the first one to give you the knowledge that I know from a quality source to make sure you get your story straight and pass it on. Yeah. Because each one teach one. I keep saying it to people. All right? And I'm about to go on a whole lot of stuff that's coming on. But the whole thing is, each one teach one was a lesson taught. It's in the teachings.
And succeed one. Succeed one. When you find that one, make them a success. Succeed them. You know what I mean? Lead them to success.
I for one want my legacy to be that guy you could go to at any time. He tell you how it is, whether he work with you or not. I got friends, personal friends I love to death, but I won't do business with them. Straight up. And I'll tell them in their face. And I don't need to tell you why, because you know what? If I'm telling you I don't work with you, I obviously have something that I know. And the reason why I say that is because you get back into this little, you hurt my booty hole, and I'm not going to talk to you. Really? We men now, dog. And on top of that, all this fighting shit, nigga, anybody could get got these days. You got these young jits, you give them a fucking bag of weed and they're going to fucking take out a whole family and won't even think about it. Wow. So why would you think about, one thing I got to say, and then it's off the record, but this YouTube shit is getting out of hand. Everybody wants to be right. And they get these kids and you're feeding America bullshit. Because regardless of the fact, you should be talking about that guy who had to do that shit just to survive in a place where you got nothing but people trying to gank you. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, who's that? There's consequences to your actions. I tell the children that, or I tell my children that. There's actions. That for every action, there's a reaction. Okay? And if you get a reaction from what you did and you don't learn the first time, you can't blame nobody. I got this other saying, don't blame me, blame your manager. Because he didn't look out for you. He let you run like rogue. Go ahead.
What was your experience with the music industry? I know you were brought up in the South Bronx. From the South Bronx, you took a choice and you went to the military to fight for our country. You went on certain assignments. You were a Green Beret. You got your medals of honor. And you came out the military. You went back to the South Bronx. But how did you end up in Miami?
Well, I wasn't a full Green Beret. Let me correct that. I worked with
Okay.
special operations. I was a demolition man. And I
Okay.
was on missions in Afghanistan, which is the time I served, 76 to 83. Okay. But we do the same training. You're not allowed to go without the same training. So you must pass that to be considered to do the job. But anyway, and your other question was, your big question was?
How did you end up in Miami?
When I got out, you know, I wanted to move my mom to a better place. And I moved her up to Allenton Avenue. And that was the first year I left them in the apartment because she just, her and my dad were getting older. So I moved them there so I could be stable when I'm on, you know, in the military and know that she's going to be all right because where we were living was hot. You know, forest was hot.
Yeah.
So I left her there, and about 6 months later, I sent her the money to go to Florida. But
you had people in Florida?
Yeah, when I moved her there, my dad left like 2 weeks after that. And he went to Florida and he took the test because he was an EMS. He was in EMS at
ambulance.
A hospital here in the Bronx called Misericordia. So he was, and he met my mom there. My mom had a heart attack. So she was a patient there. So he used to be an EMS during the day, and at night he used to twilight as one of the brown janitors, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So he went into my mom's room, and they kicked it off, and that's how that came about.
Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying, how did you end up in Florida? Who did you know? Did you know someone?
When I got out, I moved up to Florida, so that's what I had. I had to go to Florida, and that's when I first got there. That's when I met Oz, Randy, his sister Liz, my second baby's mom, Michelle. We called her Chula. My brother also introduced me to Flex. He introduced me to Carlito Machete Rodriguez. He introduced me, which was known as Cool C, to Elf, to Skate, and who else am I forgetting?
So when you went to Miami, there was a hip hop New York scene there already.
Yeah, there was a hip hop scene. When I got there, my brother told me, "Yo, we going out tonight." I said, "Not tonight. I just got home." Blah blah blah. So the next day, there was a big deal in a place called Video Powerhouse. That's where it was a gaming spot place that they had lots of gaming, but they also had a discotheque in it, and it was called Solid Gold.
Okay.
Oh, I also met Jess there, which he made the Florida song, the Fast Lane, Young Ladies, from Fast Lane Records. Anyway, yeah. So when we got there, I saw all these people, and that was the only place that had breaking. So give me a sec. They had breakers there, poppers, lockers. People was they even had at one time they had some kind of event where they would bring artists because they had like a mini stage beside the club, and then later on they started doing it in the club. But anyway, the stage areas where they had competitions for breakers. They also poppers, lockers, all of that, and they would do these little performances with, you know, different rap groups that were, you know, but at that time Miami was all bass.
Can you define what's bass, please?
I'm sorry?
Can you define what is bass to those that don't know?
Bass music is, we call it the dirty bottom down south because we at the bottom, so we call it the bottom. But anyways, it's the bass music. They do a lot of that shake booty music, they call, you know?
808, right? 808.
Booty music or whatever.
With the 808.
I took a liking to it. you know.
Uh-huh.
Being at, working with Felix Sama, all them years, I took a liking to the music. At first, I hated it. I always made fun of it, to be
Me
honest.
too. Likewise, likewise.
Whatever. But it moved the crowd. And then
Yep. Especially the females.
I used to mix rhythmatic beats, tribal beats, all kind of shit. I used to mix it up. I worked for years. I did the resident late night for Union Bar. That was at 726 Washington Ave, right next to Chili Peppers and the pizzeria, the New York pizzeria on Washington. You know, so okay, I'll give you my schedule at that time. 8:30 to 5 hours. I belonged to the University of Miami. I rose to the rank of assistant administrator for oncology.
Wow.
Right? Then from there, while I was there, I assisted Felix Slam and Sama and Bo Griffin on the radio in the morning show. And then we used to do the mix show at night. So I used to guest appearance, but I was basically the right-hand man for Felix. That's what I was.
Was that on Power 96 or?
I don't know. It was Albie, I believe. Albie Nieves.
No, I said, was that on Power 96 or not?
Yeah, WPOW Power 96.
Okay, Power 96. Okay.
Miami. And for 15 years, I ran around doing that. Between that and the clubs, I used to open up. Felix would come and close it with me.
Because I remember going down there from Hartford, like, cause my mother and my family, they moved there in '83. I was in Job Corps, I got out. This ain't about me. I'm just saying how I heard about you. And I remember going to the beat club and you had a battle. You were an MC, bro.
Yeah.
I tried to tell people you're a rapper. They said, no, he's a DJ.
Yeah, that was
that dude can rap, bro. The dude is a rapper.
Trying to rap, you know, and I loved it and all of that. And one thing led to another. And we heard on the radio, 99 Jams was having a fucking, what was it? A rap contest. Talent contest, what they call it. Talent contest.
Yeah.
We were in there. I mean, you had people that sang this, that, the other. You even had some clown trying to do some crazy aerobatic shit and whatever. But we rocked the house that night and they selected us. You should have seen how happy we were. We didn't think none of it. But we were all excited. We brought our mother. That was the first time. Mixed magician AD, Adolfo Peralta. That's his real name. Bro, we went there with our mothers and fathers, dude, family style. That was the first time that my mom and my dad were together with AD's parents. You know, like boys, like brothers.
Yeah, like couples hanging out. And
his mother treated me like a son, and that day, like they made a date. It was mad. We felt so proud because it was like, yo, it was good to see my mother and dad. You know, my father actually brought my mom out because his mother didn't want to go. Just like my mom. No, good, have fun, da, da, da. My father said, no, this is your son's stuff, let's go. And that's my stepfather, by the way.
Wow. Okay. David?
Yeah, he was good like that.
Yeah, brother.
You want to go ahead and
so much passion and love and MCing, DJing for so long. You put so much hard work in. More than a lot of people that I've ever seen. You've got a strong passion. Can you keep going?
Thank you.
Do you want to keep going?
It's funny because, Michelle's mom once told me, I never forget. She told me, are you going to be doing this at 50? Well, I'm 58, baby. And I'm just getting my shine. So it is what it is. I'm not sure about it. You know, I'm not one of these guys. I'm proud of what I done. And I'm proud to have to say that I do everything I do with my mom's pride and joy. Because, I have brothers and sisters and they had their own life. They made their own choices. Okay. And for a kid that came out the South Bronx, abused and all of this stuff, and to make the accomplishments that I've made, and I've made a lot of sacrifices in my life. And on that note, I want to send a little shout out to Chanel, Alessi Rivera. I love you. My oldest son, Jason Rivera, and my grandkids. You know who you are. I'm not gonna say all three names because I got other names to say also. I also want to thank my daughters, Jay Lee Rivera, and my son, which I'm very proud of. That's Michelle's and I's son, and he's a West Palm firefighter.
So how many kids do you have, June?
I have 4 of my own and 2 that I raised. Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but and they're all girls, pretty much. Just 2 boys.
Oh, all your kids are girls?
Yeah. So, and then I'm separated at the time, but I'm legally married.
And they're all in Florida, or you have some in New York?
In New York, yeah. I have 1 is in 2 in New York, 1 in Georgia, and the other one in Florida, and then 2 step ones are here in New York too. Matter of fact,
you've been a busy man.
Okay, have you ever been involved in any like big b-boy events?
Sorry,
June, have you ever been involved in any like big b-boy events? You know, like Fast Break? No, not Fast Break. Outbreak or B-Boy Summit, or Rocksteady Anniversary, or Pro-Am.
I did that, and I did something in Rhode Island with AD, and I done something with Kid Freeze and our brother Jason from TBB. Big shout out to TBB, TBG, 75 Fahrenheit Global.
No doubt, no doubt.
And Original Skills Crew. Jojo.
Jojo, yeah.
Yeah, and the Peacemakers, of course. Dollar Bill, I love you. You know that, Pops and Moms. If you don't know, Pops runs the Peacemakers, and Mildred is his wife, our queen. And my brother Dollar Bill.
And I want to tell you, congratulations. I've heard you've been elected. You've been on the Nick Cannon show. You want to tell us about how that's working out for you?
It started out to be just me going and being a participant, and things have evolved too. They made me the kangaroo captain or something, and I love it. It is what it is, man. I can't talk no more about it right now.
Okay, we understand. And we also know that you attended the Dollar Bill. What was your experience at that Dollar Bill event that Ralph Casanova threw?
Oh, the Dollar Jam.
The Dollar Jam. The Dollar
Jam was something that my brother asked me to come to, and I heard about it. I never had gone to it until I went, and I offered my services to my brother, and my brother told me, come on through. I never actually did play. I didn't play on my set.
Right.
I brought my set, all of that. I didn't even play. But the purpose of me bringing everything and ready to go was that we had featured to do something different, and it didn't work out that way. And the brother is doing a very positive thing, okay? And, he's gotten some shorts for it. And I encourage him all the time. I tell him, you know what? The one thing they don't have is that you can make it happen. And you've helped those same individuals, and they have not helped you. Don't you let anyone stop you from doing what God thinks is right. That's it. Okay? Because when you're doing positive, you're going to get those people. You're going to weed them out. And you know what? You pray for people like that. All this hate talk, no. Like I told you, I don't know if you guys are going to edit this or whatever, but the point of it is you can turn someone's hate into really understanding.
No, it is.
No, this is freestyle, man. Just the way it is. If you pick your boogers or whatever, you cough, you do a part. It ain't being edited, man. This is freestyle.
I say it from the bottom of my heart because it's like, it is what it is, man. And if you had a fallout with somebody, you could fix it. And then, of course, it's never going to be the same because people hold certain things or whatever. But in business, if you want to do business, you're going to have to learn to take some licks, and you're also going to have to learn to turn the other cheek. Okay? Because you're not going to tell me the biggest corporations get along on every damn agenda. Okay? It's a give and take. That's it. Sometimes you got to get lemons before you make lemonade.
You're right.
You know,
You
and I
are
say that
100%
too.
right.
You could take
You're
lemons
the
and
first one to say that now. Turn the other cheek. So you want to define that whole entire paragraph?
well, I mean, you learn from mistakes and you make mistakes that sometimes you may not realize because you're we all suffer from self-esteem. Okay, we all want to outdo the next one. Okay, that's understood. I get it. I got it. But at the
Competition.
same time, if you would put yourself in a room, okay, we scream, we yell at each other. It's like in our. Let me ask you something. In our generation, when they found out that we had bad blood for each other as kids, my father was one of those OGs on the block that he would break them up because they saw him trying to jump on a kid that couldn't do it or whatever. He used to say, hold on, you want to do this? Let's go. Boom, take us apart. All right, let us go at each other. And the minute he saw one had a disadvantage, he jumped in. You go home now. You got what you came for. Don't come back. Don't come back. And that was it.
Fair one.
And he would make us shake hands. Some, of course, we were kids. We would, But the point was, what it taught me was that, you took your lumps, go home, think about it, come back and do it better. So that way you'll be selected and you move on. And that's it.
Right.
Because you always going to have somebody better than you, brother. I don't care how bad you are. And if they can't beat you in these days,
I agree with that.
Why would you go for that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
And you got
always have someone better than you.
Something you didn't belong. So now you got to make it right. How do you make it right? You go up to the source. You deal with the source. You see what's in the source. Obviously, somebody got hurt. Somebody owes somebody. So do what you got to do to make it nice. Because we could all live. There's enough room to eat for everybody in this game. But it's like inundated in so much bickery. If hip-hop all join like these events that I go to, which I don't go to many because I used to and I didn't see anything out of it. I saw the same people with the same cries supporting the same people that they said they hate.
Wow, that they hate?
This one got a sore ass about this one. Really? And you promoting love, peace, and having fun? Really? It doesn't, see, gentlemen like yourself, myself, can realize it just talking. Look at how much it just makes you feel like, wow. Because that's how I feel. I sit in my box all the time. That's why I have something on my wall. This is my happy place. Because my music gets me away from all the nonsense. When I stopped going to jams and I started putting my money in me, this is what I got. Everything I got. And that's
your own little studio now. You got your own studio, man.
You know what I mean? This is how I live.
Congratulations on your studio, bro.
Absolutely dope.
You deserve it.
You know what I mean? And I hear everybody crying, I didn't make $1. Well, you know what? Until this pays off, it's a hobby. All this bullshit, I got a studio in my house. So I got one too. Doesn't make me a star. My work ethics make success.
You're motivated.
Hard work brings reward. Reward. Real talk. It brings reward, dog. It's not that I'm trying to be better, but at the same time, recognize that if I put in the time to learn something, don't come to me with your hand and expect to get it over and over for free. No, nigga. This costs. It costs me brain cells, bloodshot eyes, studying late at night, learning. I don't go call the next man about that. No, I study it. Because no one wants to give you nothing that they earned and worked hard for. And if they give it to you, that's a privilege.
Word diggity.
You see what I'm saying? That's a privilege. It's not a, how you call it, something that's given for free. People nowadays are spoiled. They just want to do nothing for nothing.
They want to take advantage of a situation in the matter at hand.
Listen, I always say I could give you $1 million, okay, and not teach you anything about what you need to do. No, not to be able to lose your money, and you will still do it. You know why? Because you didn't take the time. You yes me to death. You had your own idea, and your idea is based on nada. Because if it didn't work, that's exactly what you got. Not a mother. That's what you.
What do you think about hip hop today in general?
I still love it like day one. When I play because of the love. I'm not looking for likes and all of that. I mean, of course, you know, you want people to like your stuff, but I'm talking about me worried about numbers. I like to see 100, 200 because I know what my goals are. And I know that I'm going to be muted. I know I'm not going to be showed on every platform and all this, but I work my magic and I get it in places where other people can't. You know, it's all about being noted, and your track record on on Facebook, Instagram, social media is the life that you got. If you're using social media, you should be sharing. I mean, even when you cut your toes. And that's what they're doing with YouTube. Just to tell you, that's what they now, the new people that are trying to make those numbers, look at TikTok. TikTok has made themselves billionaires. You're making China billions.
Yes.
Okay? Just on a nutty shit. Because again, they feeding you this shit through the media. You know? Before, you know how many people tell me, how come you share your flyer 1,000 times? How come you share your show page 1,000 times? You know how big the internet is? End of question. If you don't,
it's never ending.
Waste my time trying to tell you. It's on
never
YouTube.
ending.
You Google everything else. Google that. Listen,
Right.
Facebook allows you 5,000 people, right? Once you get 5,000 people, you're not reaching anyone else. From what I understand, you're just on there for them.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Now they're not even allowing you to have any more friends. So who are you really getting the friends for? Social media.
Social media.
And again, because you got 5,000 people on your line, and only on your show now you got 10 people, and they're all personal friends of yours. I know for a fact, I know over 300 people personally. I don't know 5,000 people personally.
Right.
You understand? So why would you think that posting it 10 times is going to be a big deal?
Exactly. What do you think about Instagram?
You have people trying to convince you, oh, you be oversharing. You be that's somebody that don't want to see you get ahead. I tell them in their face, well, homie, I'm going to do mine. You get yours. Like I say, don't worry. I'll wait.
Okay. Question, what are your thoughts about Instagram? Is it like what everybody says? I've heard it's the best that's out right now. If you want to advertise and stuff like that, promote yourself.
Instagram to me is owned by Facebook, so it's the same standard. Whatever they do to you, yeah, Facebook owns Instagram.
Oh, nah.
Not know that?
No.
Okay, when we had the outage, Facebook, Instagram, and What's Up is owned by Facebook.
What's Up too? Wow.
Look it up. Yeah, man.
Wow. He's sharp. He's sharp. Juneski sharp.
Yeah, these kids nowadays, they everything they do. This is what gets me. I tell my daughter this. You on Instagram, you on this, you on that. Oh, I don't want nobody having my name and this. And let me tell you something. When the government wants you, they don't care where you at. They pull up your number, like it's okay. And from that number, they can trace every activity, every digital trail you got, Papa. All right? So go ahead and tell me you ain't got it.
Wow.
When the feds want you, they get you.
Yeah,
Period.
there's no escaping them. There's no
They come
escaping
to your house with nice, shiny, brand new rentals.
them. All right. You want to tell us about your show? Because you got the Headquarters Mix Show going on.
What's that?
You want to tell us what kind of music you spin? What is the purpose of it?
Okay. I've been vigorously hammered on this question, by the way, today.
Okay.
My business partner and brother at life, he's been arguing with me for a while. He wants me to do segments separate, such as, you know, a reggaeton night, a hip hop. I find that boring. I can't listen. This is my explanation to him today. Do you go to a club and tell the DJ, just play this song in this category all night long?
No.
You go out to have a drink. You want to socialize. You want to hear everything you've been hearing while you're working in the background at work. And you want to hear Papo shit and Marta shit and whatever. You understand? And again, it's called Headquarter Mix Show, meaning that there's a mixture. That's why I named it that.
It's a mix. It's a mix show.
From one genre to another, and in the club, they love me when I play, but it's just that they don't want to pay. And you know what? That's okay. I'm comfortable doing what I do. Better for me, I take that money that I would have gone out with, and I invest it in myself and my trademark.
Okay. David, you want to go ahead? Ice?
Yeah, I don't know, like you've said so much. You've blown me away. So much knowledge. I've learned so much. You're a true inspiration.
I want to give a shout out to everybody in Australia and Puculpa, Paru.
Pucallpa.
Okay, I said it.
There you go. Pucallpa.
Peru. Lima, Peru, Colombia, Argentina, Latin America, y mi nación, Puerto Rico, because the red, white, and blue is for Puerto Rico. They call me. Yo, it's funny. I get called Captain Puerto Rico, and now I go to Nick Cannon's show, and I get called Captain Kangaroo. What's up with that?
You got any advice you want to give to anyone that wants to be a DJ or get into the business of DJing?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Listen.
What would be your advice to that youngster that you're growing up?
I talk in children's terms because I like leaving things in children's ears, you know, or, you know, telling them and giving them advice. And I give my own daughters this advice. Remember, knowledge is power. Okay? Or everything else is a hobby until it becomes a profession. So knowledge is power. You could have a thrive, you could have ambition, you could want to be Gumby. Okay? But it is what it is. So if you don't push yourself and you let yourself be guided by others and misled and misinformed and conspiracy theories like the shot is going to kill you. Oh, this is the government's way of it. If they wanted to kill you, all they have to do is drop something in the air and everybody died.
Yeah.
And it's simple. Nobody even saw them coming. Come on, bro. I mean, that's just a stupid scenario, but it's just as stupid as telling me, oh, my friend, she can't get, I even heard that somebody got the shot and they can't get pregnant. Really?
What's New York like? You live in Brooklyn right now. What's the deal with this vaccine? Now we're gonna jump into a little other subject now.
The vaccine.
This is important.
I am a veteran, so I go to the Kingsbridge VA in the Bronx, and I get my shots there. I've gotten the Modernas, all three. I've gotten the flu shot. Okay, and on the same day, I drank, smoked, hookah, trees. Yes, I have PTSD. I am legal. I have a bracelet. Let's get this right on camera, so nobody will have a see.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, we see it.
Yeah.
This is my point. Listen, I want everybody to live, enjoy their grandchildren, enjoy their families. If you believe in God, you cross your heart, you take your shot, and you live to live another day. As far as, oh, but they took the shot and they still got sick. It's a virus, just like when you catch the flu. And they ain't got that 100%. There's some people that die from that still to this day. But you know what? When it first started, yeah, they had some trials and error. And remember, we're talking about the days that was real racist. So only the good people lived and the bad people ended up catching the bad ones. I'm saying it
So
like
your advice is that everyone should take this shot.
Yes, yes. I mean, you got your believers and all of that. Just like, listen, I suffer from my heart. I suffer from my kidney stones. I suffer from my spine. Okay, I had the body aches. I felt like shit for 3 days. This, that, the third. That's it, and I'm still here. So, you know, every time you take the flu shot, even when you get the cold, man, you think you're gonna die until you get to the. You know what? Those same people will be the ones that'll go to the ER and saying I got a flu and they got something else.
Yeah.
We ain't doctors, bro. Ain't nobody that's in your ears a doctor. And if he is a doctor, he's telling you the right thing because he swore his oath to medicine.
That's right.
Like a lawyer. He can't go and tell his all the information on his client. He can't. He's bounded by an oath. And it still gets out. So if that gets, you know, anything is possible. I'm not saying, please don't get me wrong. All right. But I am a high believer of even the children. The children are the most vulnerable. Okay. Because if it starts killing kids, we don't go on further than we needed to in this virus situation. Because the older ones, I could understand. We all been exposed to different things and elements. But when you're talking about children, children are the least amount, their systems are pure. If it's killing that, as a word, there's a means for real. Now, you want to go into apocalypse thinking? That's when you got to go into it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? That's all I got to say on that. And I'm not trying to be, you know, know it all. No. I choose to live. That's all I know. Okay? If I die because of it, God wanted me up there. That's it.
Okay. My last question. In the DJing, who was your inspiration? What was your favorite DJ growing up? Who was the DJs? Give me 5. Give me 5 of your best DJs.
I always loved Qbert.
Qbert, okay.
My second is Melstar. My third is
Moreno. Yeah, Melstar. I know who Melstar is.
Jeff. Jeff. Sorry.
Those two? That's
3.
it?
3. Jazzy Jeff is 3.
Okay, Jazzy Jeff is 3.
Yeah. So it'll be Qbert, Melstar, and Jazzy Jeff.
2 more. It's always number 5.
Well, if you're talking mixtapes, yes, I used to like let me see, mixtapes really I used to like Robbie Rob.
Okay.
Kim. He came in later. My boy Tech One from Brook Ave. They had the banging tape. I mean, they, you know, because T Boogie used to run Tech, you know, and Jay Quick. And they had Jay Quick, that little guy there, boy, he come up with some blends, bro. You know, that brother right there, he won 167 in Sheridan.
Is he still around?
He was part of our, because we did something in the old Disco Fever. And it was something to do with, we used to do a night, and, you know, I had to do with Ladies of the Night. And but in there, it was ran by a couple of cats. And one of the guys that ran us, the DJs, he named us the Street Runners. And Boogie was his name. He died of COVID. Another one, another non-believer, brother. Okay, and he had some technical medical condition, and he badmouthed it at a time that it was really. That's when they first started. Like I believe it. We've been shut down maybe 2 weeks, and he caught a cold. He thought. Next day he was dead. He didn't even last 48 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, he took good care of us. You know, he was just a go-getter. He didn't take no. You know, he found the way to get us work. So he got us that spot. And it was called the Savoy. And we used to run 2 different nights. We had the SmackDown that we called the SmackDown. And then what was the other one called? They were both the wrestling names.
Mm-hmm.
It's SmackDown and the other one's Raw or some shit. I don't know. We called it something else on the other day. It's been years. But yeah, we ran with that for a little more, almost 2 years. We got cut off at 18 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any final words for anything you want to talk about? Advice given to the new coming artists or people trying to get in the hip hop business? You want to give them a little advice pertaining to what you've been through, your experiences, what to do and not to do?
It's called an entertainment lawyer. Proper representation is everything. You know, you need yourself a good lawyer like Richard Wolf. He's an entertainment lawyer out of Miami. I was introduced to him and I used him. But you know, I use various ones now. I've developed good you know,
Relationship.
but I get confronted with contracts, bogus contracts, and contracts that promise you the world and have underlying you know, it's just, you know, the music business, you need to have someone who has the traits in legal. And legal, you know, you got a lot of people that will go to a lawyer that has his profession, but he's not specializing in entertainment. You need an entertainment lawyer. You understand? If you want proper representation and you can't complain about it, you better do your research. You need, for proper representation in the music business, you need an entertainment lawyer. Okay? And be sure that he is cross-referenced. Dot your I's and your T's, man. You know, out here, there's a lot of people perpetrating a fraud with the paperwork. They know the lingo. They know how to work you, word, and da-da-da-da. They even show you, give you a little bit of tease and all of this. But when you mention my lawyer, they go, oh, I got a lawyer too. Okay, great. So give me the contract. But when you give them the contract and you come back and you don't even, sometimes I don't even answer people. And they'll, hey, didn't you get it? I go, brother, to tell you the truth, I can't do it. I won't do it because I already know I'm going to have a problem from the gate.
Yeah.
Already you came in dirty.
Yep.
All right, I'll be your boy. I'll be your best friend. I'll give you knowledge, but I'm not doing business with you. I only do business with people that can freaking hold their own, and we go paper for paper. Because I'm paying for my lawyer. I don't know about you, but I'm paying for my lawyer.
That's it.
Right. Now, take it away. Let us know about the Headquarters Mick Show.
I say to the children, I say around the world, don't ever give up your dreams. 1. 2 is work harder, not smarter. Okay. Or rather, smarter, not harder. I'm sorry. Work smarter, you know, smarter than harder. Don't think because your friends are out there and they're being so, you know, fancy and listen. Work on your craft. Become the best at your craft that you can be, and don't ever take someone's opinion of you trying to do it another way for granted, because someone's dream could be in their you know, wishings to you, or your speaking to you, or your conversation, what they're really telling you what they would have done if they were in your soul. And sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it's a bad thing. But what I can say to you is, when it's real, God knows, you get the goosebumps, you start feeling good, all of a sudden you do a backflip you haven't done, you know, remember, man. And overall, knowledge is power.
Okay.
That's all right.
Now you can advertise your Headquarter mix show. Let everybody know when you're on, what's the goal, and you know,
Well,
how does it make you feel? You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
on every Friday night, every Saturday night. Go to my website, djmcjuneski.com. That's djmcjuneski.com. And from there, you can access my website, which has the Twitch feed. So all you would have to do is enter your email. Also, I want to tell everyone that I wasn't advertising before prior. On the website, you can actually have the chat for the Twitch, but then we've added our own chat. And our chat is only seen by myself. I have it that way. It's assigned to my email, so I get it directly. You and I talk during the show. No one gets to see that. No one gets to know what me and you are talking about unless you showing your phone off.
so it's a private chat. It's a private chat.
Private chat. And for that, you must download the Tidio app. Tidio app. Tidio.
That's dope.
Okay? So look into that. You could get it on your browser. You could get it on your phone.
Are you planning to have like a 1-800 number where people can actually call and ask for requests or give a shout out to someone? Or is it always going to be chat?
Always going to be chat.
Okay, so you don't plan on having a 800 number.
When I'm here, I can have guests and all of that, but I'm a one-man guest. I'm the one doing it all. Even when I got guests, I'm the one doing it all. So, and I have someone, my partner is only here to do what he does, and he's not physically here. He's in another location studio on the other side of Brooklyn, and he handles everything with IT. I handle everything show-wise. So I am your producer.
Yeah, because you just had Amaretto, that freestyle singer, the other day, didn't you? Last week.
Producer and engineer.
You had Amaretto there, right? Amaretto, the female.
Amaretto, last week we had Amaretto and DJ Bad Boy Henry G. And
yeah,
then
that was a cool show.
Before he died, rest in peace, my brother, I had Chuck Freeze here from the Fantastic Five.
Oh, wow.
We had Tony Crush here from Gold Crush. We've had several other artists, man. We've also had a comedian,
Really?
George Diaz. He's under my Facebook. So
Okay.
yeah, he's part of a Broadway comedy club. And
wow.
he also had done the I believe it's a cable it's called Latino Laughter. You can look him up on YouTube. Latino Laughter, George Diaz.
Okay. Any future upcoming projects you're going to be involved in that you can tell us about, maybe?
I got a bunch of things on ice, but right now I don't talk about nothing until you sign that contract. I'm not giving anybody shine that don't deserve it. You
okay, that's understandable.
I can give you shine, and as in but I don't talk about nothing legal until it happens. I'm one of those guys. When it gets done, and then I can talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any last words? We're about to end this up, wrap it up. Dave, you want to say anything?
I love you. Thank you for pulling it through. I know you had some issues. And you, Marco, tú eres mi hermano. Tú sabes. Nosotros teníamos una historia de Miami. But anyway, excuse me. You didn't hear me say. We'll now return you to your regularly scheduled program.
I just want to thank you. God bless you for doing free tours for your country.
Shout out to Australia, kangaroo.
I hope to have you here in Peru in the future next year, bro. Hope to have you here, bro. You will spin here. Ralphie will be here too.
Look out. I'll be on 2 episodes tomorrow, live and direct from the Nick Candy show.
Okay. That's fine. Anything you want to say, Ice Pick, take it away.
No, it's all good, brother. I'm happy.
All right, then. God bless. Salute. And we'll get up with
salute.
each other in a little while in the chat room, man. Like we always do.
God bless you, brother.
know what I mean?
Peace.
You, God
Peace
bless.
and love, baby. One love.
Boy,
Salute
you
everybody.
love, get back to me.
954-305.
I love you.
Dave
And have a
Ski,
faith
what up?
in God.
Flasher
Yeah,
up there
yeah.
right now, throwing it down. Everybody out there, Art Basil, big shout out. Which I wish I was there.
Block boys in the
I will be
house.
there next year for
Miami
sure.
305, baby. 305, baby.
You already know. You already know the woo woo, Holly woo, my brother Reno. Happy birthday, Jamar. Today's my brother Jamar's birthday. He's in Hartford,
Happy
Connecticut.
birthday, Jamal. Te quiero.
Yeah, happy
There we
birthday,
go.
Jam City. Art of B-Boy in Floyd Tech.
BB
B-Boy
Love.
Yeah,
Production.
yeah.
Yeah, Bbluv. All right, fellas.
All
Salute.
right.
Salute.
We're
Peace,
out.
Swift, Immortal Swift, Kid, Reno. Love you guys. Peace.
Peace.